Lions TV, we're finished at Loftus Road. Very cold Loftus Road, I've got to say. Queen's Park Rangers 2, Millwall 0. I'm going to quickly start off here with this one. Can't believe how disappointed I am. Well, not just me, all the 2,000 to 3,000 Millwall fans that win it a day. That is one of the poorest performances I've ever seen from a Millwall team. I rolled back to Brentford a few years ago when I turned around and I said, when you go to work, you don't perform, you shouldn't get paid, right? Them players there, I'm not picking out one, I'm picking out every single one of them players. Were absolutely, do you know what, I feel like swearing, but I won't, because I realise kids are watching this video sometimes, but I am absolutely, I can't believe how angry I am by that performance and how poor every one of them players played today. I'm not going to single out one player, I'm going to single out every single one of you. You was absolutely abysmal and shocking, a disgrace today, an absolute disgrace. I don't really come out and say things like this, but you lot were shit, right? That's I'm going to say. You know what? I don't want to even talk about you no more, because that's how bad you was. I'm going to put you on to Joe now. I'm going to put you on to Joe.
Yeah, that was bad today. Possibly the worst performance I've seen this season. There's a lot of people trying to single out players and try and point fingers, put the blame somewhere, but I think the whole lot of them today were just not up to par. And like, even though we lost against Middlesbrough last week and even the games before, there's been promising signs, and how we've gone from them to that today, it was so poor. I can't remember us having a single shot on target. I said in the first half, I was like, I can't see what our game plan was. Like, whatever we was trying to do in the first 15 minutes, I still can't work out what the game plan was in the first 15 minutes, but it seemed to go to pot from there, before we even conceded. Whatever game plan we did have, it seemed non-existent to me. Everything just went to pot, and the whole game I couldn't see what we were trying to achieve. We couldn't get the ball up the pitch, and yeah, I just don't know where, like, what we was trying to do. And then some of the, I think Edwards today, like, I back him, but I think some of his decision making today was shocking. Like, we're losing the game, and then he puts on 2 defenders, and then we put a lot of people trying to point the finger at Nisbet today, going, oh, he ain't done this yet. But for me, I'm thinking he's not getting the service. Like, he's barely got the ball to him.
Agree, 100%.
And then he ends up taking him off and puts Longman on, a winger, as a centre forward. I just thought, what the hell's going on there? I just
exactly. Agree.
Yeah, a lot of the subs and the way it was set up, it was very strange. So I didn't get it, and it was really poor.
Okay, Joe, over to Con.
What more is there to add that Joe's not said? First 15 minutes, both teams, just the performance was awful from both teams. You can see why QPR are in the position they're in. The second and third ball just wasn't playing off for us. We was passing the ball around from the back, trying to play the ball out from the back, and then was getting closed down, passing it back to the defenders, back into the midfielder. But then the midfield, how close do you want to get?
It's all right.
The midfield and the attack, there was so big of a gap between the two that when we was getting the ball in the midfield, the 3 attackers are so far up the pitch, trying to get the ball played into them and through to them, but it's not going to happen. You've got to come back, get closer to the midfield, and it ended up just being 5 of the players at the back there, or 6 of the players at the back there, who were just trying to play the ball between them. They end up getting pressed, and some of the defenders, there's certain players in our team who I don't think can have the ball at their feet for too long. We haven't got them, I'm trying to think the word here, the midfield as well, there's not really that much composure in the middle of midfield.
That's a good point.
And
good point.
I think with them growing into the game, then getting the first goal, it was a sluggish performance. I thought the body language of most of the team today was awful.
Yeah.
Agree.
I feel like
they looked lacklustre,
you come out
interested.
Yeah.
They just didn't look up for it at all today.
You come out in the second. Yeah. You come out in the second half, and you think, right, okay, he must have given them a bit of a talking to at half time, and you think now the boys can come out, show a bit of strength. There was no strength there at all. I felt like it was too easy giving the ball away and losing the ball. There was no urgency to win the ball back. All 11, like Joe said, you can't single out 1 or 2 players and say, oh, they were all full, this, that, and the other. You can't pinpoint one player and say, oh, it's their fault and it's their fault. No. The whole team today. And I've also got to say, Joe Edwards, I'm on board with what you want to do, but today I feel like you just got...
Totally wrong.
Yeah, your tactics were... You got it wrong. For like the first half, you see how we tried playing in the first half. It weren't working. We didn't get any shots on target. There was no creative threat. And then second half, you think you come out, change things a little bit. Nothing changed in terms of substitutions. I thought bringing Nisbet off, like Joe said, was a bad idea. It was a brave move, but it didn't pay off. And I feel that's going to affect Nisbet's confidence going forward. And yeah, it was just chalk and cheese in terms of last week's first half performance. Players, you should hang your head in shame this week. Yeah. We praise you when you do well, but you've got to take the criticism when you don't do well.
In a big London derby like that, to not turn up and
not turn
show
up
a
at
bit
all.
of passion. And,
shocking.
But I wanted to say something.
Quickly, go on.
Our biggest problem for a long while, and it was
no art, no passion. Someone shouted out there. No art, no passion. Good, well done.
Our biggest problem for a long while, and it was evident again today, and it's still not been addressed, is our decision making in the final third.
Yeah,
it's horrendous. It's all right playing this ball round the back and doing this build-up play, but when we get to the final third, some of our players just aren't good enough. It always breaks down in the final third. We can't. We don't have the end product there. None of our players seem to have that end product, and it's always where it breaks down. It's the wrong pass or the wrong move or make a pass too late. Always in that final third, and it's so frustrating.
Well, listen, in hindsight, we can look back, blame. So,
talking of hindsight, right? There's one of our good friends has actually got a song out on Spotify called Hindsight, which is about the curse to those who overthink. And, you know, give it a listen, guys, because it actually sums up us today. We're probably overthinking.
And what's his name?
Everything. This is by a young singer called Ashdod. He's a really talented young singer.
Ashdod.
Called Hindsight, right?
Yeah.
So give that a listen.
What's it called again?
Hindsight.
No, but what's it called about overthinking? Something in the words overthinking?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
It's a curse of overthinking.
Curse of overthinking.
And I think that's what Joe Edwards is doing. He's overthinking it. Yeah. Get back to normal, right?
Back to basics.
Back to basics.
As he loves to say.
I know we tried playing the football today. Didn't work.
Well, we didn't play football. Anyway, what have we got to say to that? Come on, you Lions.